welcome to Mondays with Lisa. So this is our very first video on YouTube and I am so happy to welcome you guys. So some of you had messaged me before that you guys wanted to see how to make Carlota, which is a Mexican dessert, very creamy, kind of like a little jello-ish, but it is very good. So I'm going to show you guys how we make Carlota. So let's get started. I'm gonna move you guys down so you can see what we are going to need. So you are going to need some carnation. You're gonna need some lechera, some limes. I would say 6 to 7 or 8 limes, some vanilla. This is, it is called gelatin. Okay, you're gonna need some of this. You can find it in any local grocery store. You're gonna need 2 Maria cookies, spray, and a container where you guys are going to put it at. So since I do mine for sale, I put them in this kind of container. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to turn on my stove. Okay, and why am I going to turn on my stove, guys, is because the gelatin, you need to put it in water. So you are going to boil 1/4 in baño Maria, 1/4 of water, and we're going to stick this in there. They're little packs. Several packs come in a box. So once the water boils, I'm going to add it to a top container. So if you guys can see right here, there's a container up here, a bowl, and then there's water in the bottom bowl. So we call this baño Maria. All right, once it starts boiling from the bottom, I'll use this and I'll mix it. Meanwhile, we are going to cut our limes. I am going to squeeze half a cup of lime juice. Now they say the secret is to not squeeze limes all the way. And the reason for that is because then you get that little tart flavor, too tart. So you squeeze them, but not all the way. Leave some juice in them. All right, guys, I am going to go ahead and start adding my mixture in here in my bowl of water, and I am going to mix it. And this is just for it to dissolve. For it to dissolve nicely, we mix it like this. Okay. Meanwhile, in our blender, we are going to, sorry guys, in our blender, we are going to start adding cream cheese. And I'm going to put the recipe at the bottom of our, not at the bottom, at the end of our video, I will go ahead and put the recipe so you guys can have it. All right, so we're gonna add our cream cheese, our can of evaporated milk, and this is not how original in Mexico they do it, but this is my little kick to it. I think it tastes great with the cream cheese, so I add cream cheese to mine, but in the original recipes from Mexico, they do not use cream cheese, okay? So I'm gonna add a can of condensed milk, and then we are going to add our vanilla extract. Just a tiny bit of vanilla. Just a tiny bit of vanilla. And while it's mixing, you are going to add your half a cup of lemon juice, okay guys? So I'm gonna turn it on and add my half a cup of lemon juice. Then we're gonna add our mixture that we did, which was the gelatin. our mixture is done. So now it is time to set it up all together. You're going to need a container. Originally, you can use a glass container. Since I do these for sale for my customers, I use aluminum foil and with the top, okay? So I'm going to spray it down. And I'm just spraying it down a little bit. If you see the platter, it has a lot of spray. So I'm going to get a napkin. Get a napkin and I'm going to wipe it down just so it can have a little bit of spray. And that's just for when you pick it up with the spatula or with your knife, it won't be stuck on here, okay? So you're going to do that. I'm going to bring you down, guys, so you can see we are going to add all of the cookies inside of our container. Again, you can do this as a glass container, or if you do it for sale, you can do aluminum, an aluminum container, okay? So we are going to add it all around. Okay, there's a little space here, so I'm gonna crack my cookie just like that. All right, now we're gonna add some all around. Some people like this dessert with a lot of cookies. Okay, some people like it with just enough. So it really is a preference. You can use anywhere between 2 to 4 packs of cookies. All right, now we are going to pour our mixture. Let me get a little spatula. We're gonna pour our mixture on top of here. Oh, one of our cookies fell down. How much mixture do you pour down? Just enough to wet your cookies, okay? Just enough to wet your cookies. That's how much you're gonna pour down. So just enough to get all of the cookies covered with our mixture. Last layer. And we're just gonna pour it all in here. On your last layer, you wanna have a little bit more Jell-O, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. When it's all said and done, you wanna have space to garnish it. Okay, you want it to look white. You don't want the crackers to be overseen, except the side ones, okay? We don't want a thin layer where you can see the crackers. We want to just see white, so that way it can look nice. Okay, so I'm just adding it into my spaces. I should have brought my little spinner, but I forgot. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see with the glare, but right here you can see the cracker. I don't want the cracker to be seen on my top layer. Okay, if you're doing this for sale, you do not want yours to be seen on your top layer just because you're going to garnish it. What I like to do is just cut thin little layers of the lines. Cut thin little layers of lines. And you can do this in so many different ways. You can cut thick layers and put it in between the crackers, or you can cut thin layers like I am here. And then I just cut them in half. Cut them in half. I bring back my, my dessert and I add them all around here. You guys see that? With the little cheese grater, I am going to get what I had left. Here it goes. And I am going to just add a little bit of green to it to give it some color. And that's it. You are going to leave this. You guys see how yummy it is? You guys are going to leave this at least 2 hours in the refrigerator so it can set. And that is the end, guys. That is how you do it. Let me show you one that is already done so you guys can see. All right. This is how it will look from the inside. If you guys add more crackers or cookies to it, it will have more layers on there. If not, this is how it's going to look. Super firm. It is still so yummy. It is super good. I totally recommend it. A great summer recipe. All right, guys, if you have any questions, don't forget to message me. I'm going to give this away. So please make sure to share our video and enter our raffle to win the dessert. See you guys later. Thank you for watching.